All right, and welcome back, guys. We're kicking it right into round two. Round one, we saw an exciting game between Ochako and Lita, and this time turning it around to something a little bit more typical, but not something we catch on stream all that often, is Asui versus Kirishima. So let's see how. And Asui has been a character that we've seen rise in numbers to try and counteract everything Kirishima does, right? I mean, hey, if Kirishima wants to go play that long game, let's play a character that allows us to attack really heavy, really fast, and be able to kind of do something, put him in a comfortable position. And that's hopefully what we're going to see here in this matchup.
And we're underway. Yeah, Asui definitely has the firepower. And she's, going in deep on her long string of attacks to just kind of keep going. As long as you have the cards in the hand, it's you can always clear a card pool and um, keep Pokemon.
Yep, exactly. Looks like we're considering building 5. Nope, we're just going to keep that in hand. We're going to build 4 and pass. I almost always go for the build 5. I feel like unless it's a foundation, I want to make sure I build in my next turn. I almost just always go for it because like there's no punish, right? My opponent's not attacking me on turn 1, so
And Kirishima, I don't know if you caught that, with an XSR Deku in his deck.
spicy.
He checked it. Or he yes. Mr. Mayo Nessa here playing with what is, what is it, between a right now on TCG player, lowest listed $300 to a PSA 10 1K card. I
Something
see
like
you.
that, yeah.
Dude is not messing
Big,
around.
big flex here for sure.
The big I want to see him play it. That's the goal now.
All right, and here's the takedown.
Crowan Frog, and he is going to tap the self-sacrifice. Makes sense.
So this card obviously combos really well, just Asui already does. I mean, generally Asui has no issues kicking cards out of her card pool. But this just being able to additionally ready a foundation, which Asui can do very well. Yeah, just a lot of great utility here in terms of a card that you can get from your plus ultra packs.
Yeah, and Mayonnaise playing the Kirishima on good. Lots of explosive punches coming out of him. Again, I hope he's got 4 copies of the Deku XSR, and they're all XSRs. That's my hope.
That would be a flex.
Right, and blocking.
I think we had the coordinated effort.
Gets the coordinated effort and gets the -2 damage on the next attack as well. Looks like that's all that Asu's going to go in for.
Yeah. So that Walkling could have very much been the foundation that you didn't want to. Walkling definitely one that you don't want to waste away on a ballsy check.
Smart. Yep. I was actually going to say, if it's mathematically possible, I typically just just go for it.
Depending on how aggressive your deck is, there is also reason to just get rid of a foundation turn 1 also, right? Even if you can't check it, if you know that you have, you can build 5 and you want as many chances to, it's basically like an extra review at that point.
Very good point.
All right, looks like we're running some takedowns on both ends here.
Yeah. Dude's got the XSRs. Dude's got the Crowan Frog takedowns. All right.
All right.
A little bit of spice in the Kirishima. I like it.
Yeah, definitely set up for the long game both already. They've built extremely well, not having any issues in terms of their checks thus far.
My boy Mayonessa's got even the sleeves to go with this Kirishima guy.
Mm-hmm. All right. Looks like we're going to block with a lash.
There's going to be, I believe, a half block.
Yep.
Still going to hurt.
Here.
There's the coordinated effort.
Oof. All right. I mean, just perfectly across the board. You love to see it. Very well calculated here for Krishima.
Yeah, he's got was it 9 foundations? He's got the asset. He's got the momentum.
He's very comfortably set, that's for sure. Pair of cards in hand. Pair or one. It might just be one card. Yeah. So one card in hand. So but does have the potential to be able to draw a couple of cards as well. So and looks like we're not, yeah, no orange here for Asui.
Yeah, just
Not
going for
where
the
we want to
bill.
be. Yeah, it looks like this is kind of hand we were dealt with, which is unfortunate. This would have been a great opportunity to try and get in there, try and force Kirishima to pop those draws early on.
Indeed, and you've got 9 foundations. Kirishima's got 9 foundations. Maybe you're not feeling that bad. You're
Mm-hmm.
you're still. I would say, yeah. At this point, Asui probably wants to have done a little bit more damage, but she's got the wall
Yeah,
cling. She can cling on.
that is true. But the further the longer the game goes like this, the more you kind of dwindle because Kirishima effectively has a second hand when it comes to utilizing his stage. So if it gets to a late game like scenario where Kirishima is just stuck poking and then playing defensively, like he's totally okay with that. And then you're just kind of on the upward swing of actually trying to deal 29 to a character who has two hands, which is really tough.
Yeah, and with the coordinated effort on the staging area there and the reverse throw, obviously, you're more than likely wanting to block that one. Um, you're probably going to see that one being cycled for the rest of the game.
Most likely, yeah. The reverse throw here just being in every single deck that can utilize it because it's in the symbols that don't have all that many throws. So having access to something that
Yeah,
guarantees some damage in is huge utility. All right, here once again we see blocking with an attack. We're gonna clear the check. We're gonna full block. Still take half.
and there's the coordinated effort, the build down.
Yeah, I don't know if it was worth blocking just to save yourself on the two damage, especially if you're gonna lose an attack over it.
You also blocked the draw for Kirishima, but you're right.
Yeah, but the coordinate effort is kind of a draw in itself, right?
Yeah, you got the coordinated effort. You also now allow the reverse throw to be picked back up and played back down.
Yeah, I mean we are in deadlock now,
And a
so
hardened jab too. And a hardened jab. So he can even tap it, pick up the reverse throw, not even needing to use a Kirishima
yeah, there you
vice
go.
patrol. Oh no, so he does it so that he can get the damage, it seems like. But he could have picked it up with hardened jab, build another one face down.
Yeah, but you want to get out of deadlock, right? So
Oh yeah, we're already at that point in the game. Correct. Right. So he looks like he's doing it now. Probably another attack that got built down. This is Kirishima's looking pretty. He's got 3 specialists of sounds. He's got the passing the torches. He's got the reverse throw in hand. Yeah.
yeah, he's in a very comfortable position at the moment. Walkling is going to be huge utility here, in being preventing Osprey from being able to die when um, Kirishima tries to go all in.
Ooh,
And once again, just
not so bad. He's got
not
a lot of.
terrible. But again, Osprey's going to need that orange to just not like. There's something to say about
Ooh,
not dying, but you need to play to win, not play to not lose, right? So
yeah, and committing the rescue completed. It's one of your better defensive options, in my opinion.
yeah, because effectively you can kind of utilize your other foundations to count as basically two checks. So
So it looks like we're going to use the effect on our earphone jack, just to do the mill, not to you don't get the +1 speed because it's not a charge attack. but you do get to mill your opponent. The reverse throw getting slammed down, and here's the play here. The reverse throw will hit. Oh, sorry. Well, the wall cling got played, so it won't hit. But if it had, what you do is you can respond with earphone jack, ready your coordinated effort, then respond with your coordinated effort to rebuild down your reverse throw.
Mm-hmm.
That's oh,
Ooh,
look at that spice.
uh,
Oh,
there's
and
another
the
one.
secret rare looks like the second secret rare confirmed, not the XSR. Oh, and the
And
third secret
there's
rare
another one.
confirmed.
We're just gonna have all,
As well.
of them, aren't we? Okay, we're gonna draw all the cards here. And yeah, and that's the thing, right? Kirishima is so far ahead at the moment. Um, Asui can deal a lot of damage, a lot of damage. But if you're forcing every orange block out of Asui's hand, then you're probably feeling really comfortable just kind of going all in on this, especially if you can just kind of draw out of your draws at the moment. So
Yeah, the full Callan coming in handy, getting effectively a three new cards in hand because the other two were your foundations that you didn't want to play. So
hmm
uh, some room here to go even deeper. But I think we've seen some interesting things in this Kirishima deck. We've seen well the one for all full Callan. We've seen Airphone Jack. We've seen the we've also seen the Capture Evildoers to really go in. You don't
yeah,
really consider, Hiroshima as a deck where you're gonna kind of go that deep, but with full Cowling and the Capture Evildoers, you can just pretty much hit reset on your turn.
pretty much. Yeah, we don't typically see it because we don't see Kirishimas going all this aggressive, but here very much leaning in on trying to subvert the expectation of what a Kirishima deck is going to try and do, and just keep on putting in a lot of pressure here, and utilizing his stage to once again put cards back into his hand to feel very comfortable. So if you can be this kind of Kirishima where you can kind of set stuff in your stage, you can kind of just let it coast there until you do these plays where you use the secret to pitch cards out of your hand, to recycle your attacks, and then just kind of chain it over and over and over again. So
Wow, but my man here, feeling blue, um, gets the two high blocks that he needs to full block. Well, he had the full block, I guess, on the reverse throw, which
hmm
he had to use his walkling against. But yeah, did have the right block. So for as big of a turn it was for Kirishima, Asui comes out of it pretty good, I think, and you got a pretty tapped out board on the Kirishima side as well. Although those three specials sounds are scary to face down as well.
yeah, 100%. So we'll see now what kind of crackback us we can. I mean, you have some draw power, you have decent resources, you don't have a ton of flipped foundations yet, but that's not an issue. So starting with orange is really solid, and we'll see. Checking orange, unfortunately.
Yeah, amphibious ambush, you want to see that in your hand, not in your checking area.
hmm
But yeah, we have a lot of foundations, and if we've got some frog lashings there in our hands, that could extend the turn as well. So um, I feel like Asui, when you're you got a few foundations down, because of how she can keep on kicking things out of the card pool. You don't need to have an incredible amount of. You could check some batter, some threes, and still get your attacks off.
Yeah, 100%. You can definitely do okay. The biggest thing being that depending on what you commit, it could prevent you from flipping, and then obviously that would prevent some potential out of your deck. But the big thing is that also you can keep on just kicking things out of the card pool and just chain along rhythm of attack. So we'll see if between the three cards that Kirishima has in hand, if she's able going to be able to push through.
Yeah, and I just want to shout out my man Feeling Blue here because he's got the double camera setup. People have been you know had some worse camera stuff, but he's got hey, I want to be comfortable. I don't want to have my hand in the camera area. let me set up, a second camera there so that my hands are still on screen at all times, and I don't have to, you know, put my hands out there.
Yeah,
Respect.
yeah, I've seen a couple of players with that setup now, and it definitely allows you to be flexible for sure. But here, checking another three, and this is just really tough.
Another one. Yeah.
Um, we've been seeing this back and forth now for the last couple of games between this one and round one, where it's just checks are not behaving with the character that's with the player that's on the back foot at the moment.
Yeah. Good news is that he will be re-readying one. You would assume with once Frog gets kicked out of the pool here.
Yep,
Respond
the
with
that lashing can re-ready some foundations, so there is some utility in being able to extend the plays here that as well.
yeah. He also got that what's it called again? The Crow and Frog takedown, which also
Mm-hmm.
um, you're gonna have to assume that not in their hand right now because that would have been the first one you typically slam down. But
Okay, so we did kick out the frog kick. From the
oh, and
looks
my
of it, though,
man.
opting to not ready up a foundation.
Well, opting is certainly one one way of saying it. Forgetting might be the other way of saying it. I think that's a forget. There's no world where you opt not to re-ready or passing the torch.
We give the benefits the player the doubt here.
Right, my man's playing another level.
It's all about the bluff game. All right, so
So
we're gonna bring up the damage a little bit more up to speed. We're gonna kick up that speed a little bit.
yeah, it looks like we tapped that. I think it was a rescue completed just to get that one more speed.
Yep. So we're currently swinging in for 5 high for 3 damage. It's still a long way to go here, not having dealt damage to Kirishima yet, and just
Yeah, not at all. So we ready the Yasui. We can tap her down for another 2 speed. Oh, but looks like we won't. Well, okay. I guess we thought it was speedy enough.
so.
Tongue smack. Wait, no, that's not tongue smack. It's tongue whip.
That
Oof. And
is tongue whip.
on tongue whip, and
Again, another three. Oof.
this is
Yeah, this
not
is a
be
really
so
tough
hot.
position where it's just been checking threes back to back to back. Is just kind of not what's needed here to be able to start chaining, especially since Grisham was still sitting so comfortably.
Yeah, at least we had the that in our previous attack. I forgot the name, but it gives us +1 to the next check, and so at least it was
Yeah.
only tapping down one there. There you go. Second specialist astound being thrown down there as well.
Then we can use the enhance at the top card of our rival's deck to the card pool. And then we're going to be able to boost up our damage by a pair. It's not too bad.
Yep, that's it's not the most speediest of tongue whips. It certainly will hit you hard if you get it.
Yeah,
It looks like
drawing
we're
the additional card.
wow. What do you want to see here? You want to see lashing,
Tongue
right? That's what you
lashings. Yeah. At this point, you need lashings to start readying up your foundations again.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
we're going for it. We are destroying rescue completed for readying 2. So that gives us one more ready for the turn.
They're going to block. And hey,
Ooh.
an orange check here for Krishima. Probably debating if he wants to commit out for it. Nope, looks like
Ooh,
we're just going to take the damage.
Doesn't want to.
Oh, got 6 here.
Interesting. What do you think? Would you have tapped down for it, knowing that because there's this
Nah. If I had to commit
You
out
played
for it
one.
completely, it's probably not. There's
Oh, there's
another
another
one.
smash. There's another whip, yeah.
And
And you
so
check
this is just gonna
check.
make a solid check here, and this is just gonna make additional attacks from here on out so much tougher because again, adding another card into the rival's card pool. So the big
Yeah.
thing here is just how much more gas does Asu have? Running out pretty much of all the draw cards available to them at the moment. So remains to be seen how much more they can actually push. Looks like they have a couple more though, so if it's more orange, it shouldn't be too terrible.
Yeah, and we're adding another card to the card pool, clogging it up. We're gonna do that
All
thing
right.
with Asui where, you know, we
Yeah.
we don't really know what progressive difficulty means.
No, no, it's one of those decks where what is progressive difficulty?
Yeah. So we gave Tongue Whip 3 damage, but did we give them the speed? Yeah, we did because we had -3 on the
Yeah.
from specialist as well. Yeah, makes sense.
We're currently pushing for 3 low for 7 damage.
All right. I think they were thinking about using tight lip, but decided against it.
Yeah, okay, there's that doesn't clear through, so we're just gonna take
Ooh,
another 7. So we're getting
okay.
through here. We're finally getting around to doing damage. It just a few unfortunate checks here. Still quite a few cards left in our Aussie
Well, we got
player's
3 up.
hand here.
I mean, if I'm popping rescue completed, um, I'm I'm hoping I got another, maybe a couple more in the bank here to go in on. So maybe not. Maybe well, and
There it is.
that's the last thing. That's the
Yes.
ooh.
Uh, so
He's
honestly, I
got
mean, you just do it.
ready to.
Um,
Yeah.
this is super tough, but yeah, you just do it because lashing is gonna give you a refund of 2 on it.
Yep. And that would have
Yeah,
been that 4 more damage or 2 more damage if he had checked the 5 there,
yeah,
which would have been
yeah. I mean, this is gonna be a huge lashing for what it's worth because it gives additional damage for every single one. So,
every
I
single
feel
one
for the
that's
boy
ready.
here. That's yeah,
So he's only going to get 2 damage from it because it's only
from
for
the
ready
readied,
foundation.
right?
Yeah,
Okay.
face down. So he's going to be yep, it's good damage nonetheless, but doesn't look like we're going to be pushing lethal this turn around. I mean, a couple more of those 5 checks, and this could have been different.
Yeah, that's just really unfortunate here. It's just been back to back 3 checks. Unfortunately, it's just been making it really hard to be able to close in this game.
Well, you say that, but he's got 2 ready, and he might have another one.
He could very much get there, right? If he's got another orange in hand. Um, if anything, it'd be this in spite of the tough. And a lot of Osprey's cards start with a big base. So if he's taking the 8 here, he doesn't have to do any additional buffing to any card that comes down to be able to actually make it, do quite a bit. So yeah,
And we're gonna
I don't.
Rob, I don't.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're just, I think this is just an additional review.
that's a
Just
cycle. Yep.
yeah, you're not gonna block anything at this point. So it's just does he have it? So we're at 5. So now we're at lethal range,
There we
and
go.
there's a
On a
tongue
5,
smack.
it will pass because of
Hey, he is
there we
able
go.
to check a 5. That's crazy.
Wow. And oh, but that's one off. That's four
No, he can
damage.
commit. He can commit Asui, and then he can use the enhance to give it another 2 damage.
That is lethal.
That is lethal,
That is
and
lethal.
it's faster than anything he can block with. I think. You can also draw an additional card.
Oh wait, did Kirishima not use? Kirishima picked one up for -2 damage. So
Yeah. So we're gonna have to find more damage, so or draw another attack. I mean, at this point, that's very much possible as
yeah,
well.
that is true. He still had a You're So Obvious as well on the board, so would not have been lethal either way. So you're definitely taking this four as Kirishima. I don't think you can block it.
Well, I don't think you can block anything at this point, right? Like it's additional three on top of 6 speed, and then even
Yeah.
if you had like a one block, like that's beyond anything you can check at this point. So,
Yeah. So
all
now the
right,
question is, does
got one
Asui
more.
have one more?
Probably not. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. I feel like you just kind of snap throw it down if you do. Yeah, nope. Looked like
That's
that
not
was
it.
that.
Oh wow. That,
Super
you
tough.
know,
That's super
hey,
unfortunate.
hey, frog kick. You would have one more ready for tongue
True.
lashing. Just saying. The frog kick missed response. Punishing.
Yep. Would have been the additional one.
And he had such a great turn too. That would have been that would have been a
Yeah,
sick turn to
in spite of the checks, definitely made something out of
side of the
nothing.
attack. Yep. Well, Kirishima might not have drawn, the gas either, and he was pretty much
And he's only a five-hander. He could draw all gray.
mhm. As long as there's one though. He's got the coordinated, he's got the build and pickup, he's got two
It's,
passing the torch,
uh,
and he's got the jab right there. He's gonna get two free builds. There's a cheeky mill. I like it.
yeah.
So you're Kirishima, you gotta find 13 damage. You might assume that, probably one attack will be blocked this turn from Asui.
Yeah. I mean, you just take this so that it doesn't clear out of the card pool.
Yeah.
At this point, just kind of take everything that's not lethal, TBH.
Oh,
Well,
that's gonna be
he might actually. I think he still has the reverse throw in hand, actually. So, actually, that might not be the
no, he
play.
played it. He picked it up, played it the same turn, and got blocked by wall cling. And so
Mm.
it was discarded. So opts not to block the jab. Now facing the uh, chop. Chop swinging for 7.
Still not lethal.
Yep. You. Oh, so we
I
choose
think
the
he
half
just
block.
takes. I think he just
Ooh,
takes 7
yeah, I agree.
because like
Well, he's like, I don't think you have another one, is what he said. Oh, wrong direction there. But you do
right
let,
because that's he explicitly
yeah,
because he can do this.
yeah, I agree. You take yourself down to one, and you try to block the next one. Because now if it, yeah, oh,
Oh, there's
there
a
you go.
throw. Okay, that's good.
That's good. I think that's regardless. I don't think there's a wall clean on board, so
No, that's pretty much
that's
out. If
gonna
you
be,
can, not only do I don't think Asui's gonna be in a position to block here, but like the half damage is just gonna get it there.
yep, exactly. Well, either way, didn't matter if you blocked that one. Didn't matter if you didn't block it. We
Nope.
got the classic head on fist. That's when you know the players knows that the game is over.
Yeah. So that's game one. So our players will shuffle it up and get game two going.
That was exciting.
Yeah, I mean, super solid game, right? Like Asui still pushing through, even with the just back-to-back unfortunate checks to make it a game, really.
And I hate to repeat myself there, but frog cake, it's a good card. You got to use it.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, That definitely made the one damage difference for sure to be able to close out the game.
But he must have opened that hand with a whole bunch of orange. You know, he got the
Must have,
frog
because he
kick,
kind of just kept going back to back to back, right? And it's
flashing.
not like he had a bunch of replacements, so he must have been loaded, which kind of compensates for the fact that going into his turn two, he had a great opening and just saw nothing. So,
Yep, yep. Look, just goes to show, like you know, and Kirishima had a lot of defending as well. It wasn't
mm,
you know wasn't like he was out of resources there.
all right. Well, we'll see if going. I mean, going first should definitely help here for Asui, especially if you see a little bit of orange to get those early pokes in. Because one poke would have also made the difference early on. So,
Good point. Good point. Yeah, that was a full going from 0 damage dealt to 29 in
mm-hmm.
one turn. He got to 28, which kudos.
Yep.
And the patience also for Mayonessa to hold on to the second -2 damage there.
Yep. The only point of damage that matters is the last one, right? So,
Exactly.
especially since Asui isn't likely to run throws. If you're on water, you kind of have the Sero kit that can kind of throw a hint into that, but that's not the case here. So, you're way more comfortable position to be able to go all the way down to one, basically.
So let's see. Asui coming in again. I also want to see the XSR being played.
Yeah.
That'd be hype.
All right. We're on 3, 4, Cinco, maybe. No, we're just gonna let it coast at 4.
You think another wall clinging hand? Nah, if you had it, you would have played it earlier.
Maybe. Yeah.
Oh, and we lead with the coordinated effort.
Never not have it.
Yep. Did we review one of the XRs or one of the secret rares? I
In
missed
game
it.
one, we did. I don't know if we did here.
Oh. You know, here's what happened. Mayonessa when he opened his first box, he got that XSR and was like, I'm playing that card no matter what the heck. I need to play this card.
It's a
And
good card.
he picked probably one of the better characters to use it with.
Mm. Now the kanji's really hot. It really makes it pop.
Yeah, and it's one that I would personally put it in the top loader rather than a in a sleeve and play it. But hey, power to you.
Yeah, why not, right?
Why not? Well, we're getting
All
all the
right, so
orange checks all the way
Sheik
early.
Cape. Yeah, Sheik
Ooh.
Cape fancy here, pretty good. Get extra utility on stuff you flip up and get it back. So I definitely like that here.
Yeah, it's an interesting one for sure. All right, hard and jab. Build one for free. Mayonnaise also has, he's got the foundations I want to see. You got the harden, you got the coordinated effort, got the passing the torch. Um,
Yeah, for the most part, I think if you got coordinated effort, you kind of fully set up, and then the torch just kind of definitely adds some consistency to Mr. Consistent already.
yeah, and harden's so good because you can give yourself a damage pump with it. Then you can pick it up, when you're about to block for
Yep.
-2 damage to your opponent's next one. Tons of value.
All right. Looks like we're going to block. At least his deck is being nice to him on the blocks. But coordinate effort is going to do its thing. You're going to get a free build. Here's the reverse throw.
Checks a reverse throw. Do you give it a 9 damage this turn? You commit Harden. You pick one with Kirishima. That way you guarantee the draw. I would.
Probably. You're only a 5-hander, so any opportunity you have to draw an additional card, you kind of just take it.
Yep. Pick one up. So now we're
Go to
guaranteed
9.
to draw. No wall cling this time for Asui, so it's safe to do that.
All right.
Force Ultra.
Gonna block. Gonna block with it. Get a
Ooh.
3. Gonna half block. So we are going to prevent full
You take the
damage
5
here. Yeah, you still
round
take the
up.
5. No, not gonna stop here. So very aggressive here. Very, very well done. I mean, just chaining attacks using Krishima to his full capability. But instead of just kind of resting on his laurels, being okay with just kind of consistently pressing here.
Yeah, I mean, 2 hardened jabs and a reverse throw. Those are good attacks for Kirishima. Hardened jab lets you, effectively build a couple more, and while reverse throw lets you draw.
Mm-hmm.
And if my math is correct, there's another hardened jab in his hand because he picked up.
Should be.
Or actually, no, that probably is the one he picked up because the one he built down with coordinated effort, actually. So, yeah, there you go. Oh, specials the sound, hits the response.
All right.
Sees a 3 check. Doesn't mind.
All right.
All right, let's see what Asui can do.
Draw fresh 7, and let's see it.
We do have the Trace Sheet Cape on board this time.
Yeah, be able to get some of our utility on some of our flip stuff.
What do you think, Aspira? Are we responding with the frog cake this time around, or are we not?
I mean, one would presume as much. We'll see. We'll see if our Osui here player opts to proc the response once they swing their second attack through.
Yep. And we choose to give it some speed as well with rescue completed. So I think we tap resistance. That's why the dice with a 2 on it is there. I'm not sure what happened for the dice with the 3 to be there.
Not entirely sure either. I'm gonna draw. It's pretty good. We're going to be able to get an additional draw here if we kick out the frog kick. All right, blocking with
So
the
we have a
secret.
low block. Oh, but that's okay. Only needs to tap one there. Yeah. Still waiting for the XSR to be played, even if a block. Just want to see it.
There's a whip. So this is going to do a lot of work here in the sense that, like, a big way that Asui was able to get it in there was by precisely clogging up Kirishima's carpool and just kind of making blocks kind of not super viable for him.
Yep.
So, a couple, one every whip just is a multiplicative effect and just how much more open your opportunity of getting in there is. So being able to utilize that over and over again is going to do a lot of work here for Asui.
But hey, if if it's four, if it's got -4 damage, as it currently has. Oh wait, moment of truth, guys. Pops it
All right,
out.
we're going to kick it out. And
My
we're going to
man's got to
opt
read
to
the
not
card.
respond.
Well, opting again. You're giving him a lot of credit. Twice in a row. Oh, nope.
There's the flipped.
That, that's the
Get
flip.
back up the Asui.
Well, you know what? This is why we have the Wednesday weeklies, because Dylan Blue can come back, check the VOD. Oh, look at him! He points at it.
He just
He
remembered now.
realizes, puts the card down, moves around in his chair, fist on the face. He knows.
Yep.
Touches his nose. There you go. Reads the card again. He's realizing it.
Those are the kind of mistakes that you just kind of make one time, and once you realize them, you probably just never making them again.
Exactly.
Yeah, so this will hurt really because you're kind of denying yourself an additional draw, which hurts a lot in this kind of position where you're trying to go in.
Exactly. Yep. And really,
There's
as much
another
as it
one.
is another one, yeah, as much as it is, a +1 card that you might have, what I think is more devastating here is the mental blow. You know.
Oh, of course. Yeah. I mean, tilt is a thing.
Yep. Oh, the +3 is from Frog Kick. Yes. The other
Yeah,
enhance that we forgot
yeah,
about
yeah.
Frog Kick.
If it deals damage, if it deals damage, it'll give an additional 3 to the next thing.
Yes. Yes. Well, he's going deep again. He's choosing to even pump this one. He's like, I don't think you got another low block in there.
Yeah, I mean, even with just like moderately better checks, he can put himself in a better position. If he can afford to check another 3 and still kind of continue like what he is doing, so he's actually still doing pretty okay at the moment.
Yep. Read.
All right,
Oh, is that the
there's the
XSR?
XSR,
That's the XSR. We block with it. We like it.
and we're
Oh,
just
but
gonna take it.
we're just gonna take it. The XSR doesn't do the job.
Yeah, so that's tough because that's an additional 3 on the next one as well.
Oliver, can we pull that up on stream, the XSR? Just we had such a brief moment with it on stream.
There's a tongue whip. He's still gonna have to check 1. Tongue smack here is gonna be useful in getting another draw.
Moment of truth.
Get some
We
big
learn.
beefy
We learn.
damage.
We turn. We readied the pass of the torch before Frog Kick even hit the discard pile. We were ready this time.
Yeah, it's pretty solid. Some good damage here. We're gonna get an additional draw.
There you go. By the way, my man feeling blue also he's also got the trashy cape here, which
Hmm.
does say first enhance on it. So he could have used it several times, I think, in the play string of plays here. So something to watch out for as well. Yeah, I don't think that was happening ever. It's a +5, but I guess you're cycling that card out.
All right, there's a frog lash. That's gonna do some pretty good work here. I don't know about committing your. I don't know. I would have done one of the rescue completed just because it's an additional damage you're kind of giving up for nothing.
Well, maybe he's gonna pop one, so he can ready two and pop one to ready the other two.
That is true.
And if he's got more orange there, here we go.
All right, so
So
that's pretty beefy. That's gonna be swinging in for 10.
he's smelling blood. He's
As you
smelling
should.
blood.
If you can get Krishima in this kind of position, you want to take as much advantage of it as much as you can, especially since you're going up against kind of an aggressive leaning Krishima, who does have the potential to crack back. So you take the opportunity here to just try and get in.
Oh, he's got. He could block that. Can he? Can he make that? He's got. Yeah, he could make it. He's gonna block it. Wow.
Yep.
He's got to
But
tap
now
it
it's
out.
now the question is how much more does
Yeah, but that was a big one. That's a lashing. You know. Oof.
true.
I mean, that's the one you want to block. He could have blocked any of the other ones. And here we go.
Yeah.
There's the claim.
Walkling's pretty good here actually though. Probably one of the more
That is.
pivotal cards he could be building with here just to protect himself from the crackback on this next turn.
Yep. Well, look, I got to give credit where credit is due. Kirishima there, lots of patience, I would say. Letting a couple checks fail, where I think he could have let them through, but opting, not to fulfill those blocks and blocking it when it mattered, holding on
Mm-hmm.
to that one high for the frog lashing.
All right, so that's going to cost us a pair of commitments here to clear this attack.
And this is definitely an interesting line of attack. He's got unwavering slash, crow and frog takedown. We've seen chop and jab, and we've got crow and frog takedown.
Yeah, definitely a more flavorful variant of Kirishima than we're used to.
Unwavering slash gives you good value, gets that asset built, and gets another build from Kirishima. He'll be able to ready one and draw one.
Woo! Okay. So we're just gonna take that from the slash, and now we're going to the XSR or the secret.
Should have blocked with that one. Would have liked to see the attack been played with
Mm-hmm.
the XSR.
It's like our hands all gray, so we're gonna pitch it, draw a fresh 3. Then we have an additional couple of draws down there in our stage.
And we still got coordinated up too. Yeah, that I think what he did was he drew the 3 from the one for all, and he picked up the other attack possibly from in his staging area, making it a you know good value play.
Here's the block.
So we'll be able to block. We should see the coordinated. Yes, we do.
Yeah, so here it comes down.
If we have another attack, we'll be able to pick that up as well.
Yeah, there's a
Let's
throw.
go again. There's a throw and there's a harden on board. We can pick up the secret rare as well. We're going to be able to draw one more, guarantee a 5 damage. Oh, and we'll be able to ready. Well, no, we have Walkling. We have Walkling on board for Asui.
Yep. So this gets two out of hand. There's always that button you can just flip to protect yourself from lethal here.
I mean, you have to on this one. He's thinking about it.
Ah!
Because
I guess it is the
you got to
throw.
consider if it hits, he's got a second coordinated effort basically for the turn. So there we go. We're giving it the additional damage as well.
Yeah, at this point you do it. That's a lot of damage.
Yeah, you block with 5 additional damage. You prevent a card draw, and
Oh,
wow, we're okay.
nah, man, we're just gonna take half.
We we got other plans here. We're taking the 5, and so we're letting our opponent draw. And there we go. The respond. Oh,
A bit of a freeze up here. All right, there we
a
go.
little bit, but yeah.
Ugh. All right, here's the catch
And the
all evil
counter
doers.
evil doors.
Let's clear out that card pool. And not to go for it again.
Smokes. Yep.
Fish at hand. Let's draw an additional 3. It looked all great to me, but I could very much be wrong.
Yeah, I'm not. Well, he's still got the Walkman now, so he must have some cards in his hand, which would mean that he should still be able to block that. Yeah, it looks like we're
Yeah,
gonna do it over this.
at this point, it's just no, basically saying I only have half blocks in my hand. It's basically what you're declaring.
Yeah, and see here you're full blocking. A what you did was you prevented 3 damage, right, with that, while you traded a Walkling for that card.
Nope,
Whereas
and here's the
you,
takedown.
yeah, there you go. Whereas you would have, yeah, you would have prevented a whole bunch of other stuff from happening if you had Walkling on the previous card.
And so we're gonna get the ready.
Yep.
We're just gonna attempt to block.
Well, we got another passing the torch down there, so if he needs to dig for another card, he can. And he will.
He's digging. Nope.
There we go. I think
Don't have it, and that's that.
How is that?
Kirishima taking it down 2-0.
2-0. Definitely felt like there was some fight. There was definitely some fight coming in from Asui. Definitely game one. Missing the lethal there with the response. But we learned in game two how that card works. And
Yeah, I mean, stream news are the thing too. Being watched definitely adds some extra tension to people, and those things all happen, especially when we're talking about a more casual weekly tournament. People are more kick back, laid back, and definitely lend themselves to being prone to these kind of things to happen for sure.
Yep, great point. Entertaining games today.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, a lot of throwback. I mean, even games that we think are kind of just a given or unfortunate checks. I mean, players playing it, playing to their outs, playing very well to try and turn the tables around, and just tightening up play in a couple of spots could have made all the difference. So, I mean, very well played by across players on both ends, and here's to hoping they take their lessons learned and be able to apply it the next game and see it again. And very interesting Kirishima too. I mean, this is definitely one of the spicier, more flavorful Kirishimas that I've seen before, and it's is doing well. So very, very, very big fan of what we saw in this game for sure.
Yeah, we really saw the power of the one for all full counting there. Able to just consistently cycle more and more cards with Hiroshima. He can already do quite a bit with the staging area pickups that he can do, and
Hmm.
if you've got only foundations left in your hand, hey, draw a new hand.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
All
good game
right.
player.
Yeah, 100%. It does look like they're wrapping up this round. Time is about to be called. So we'll go ahead. We'll pop out, give a quick break so that the players can finish their turns. Of course, we're going to go to time, and then once time is called, player two will wrap up. So we'll let the players go ahead and wrap that up. That was round two of the Wednesday weekly webcam weekly, and we'll be right back for round three the moment the players get into their table. So hold on for that, guys.